the station that believes in you. We are the pride of the people. This is High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
It's a beautiful morning here at INIOLUWA, and we're live at the studios of High Power 102.7 FM. This is your delectable sports program, and I am Sports Diva. I am going to be taking you on an eventful ride through the world of sports, ranging from the latest sports update to expert analyses and exciting highlights in the sporting arena. Now, let's step into the dynamic world of sports. Beginning from the world of soccer, where we've got this breathtaking story coming from Chelsea. Chelsea posts for Isak transfer following Jackson deal. Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson has agreed to join Bayern Munich on loan, but the Blues are waiting for Alexander Isak, potential move to Liverpool, before approving the transfer. Chelsea are seriously looking to offload Jackson before the summer transfer window closes on Monday night. The Senegalese have attracted several interest in Bayern Munich, Newcastle United, Aston Villa, all exploring the possibilities of a deal. Bayern Munich are in advanced talk with Chelsea over a loan deal for Jackson. The Bundesliga's championships have informed the Premier League West London club that they are willing to cover Jackson's salary in full. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea are waiting on Isak's transfer situation involving Liverpool and Newcastle before making a final decision on Jackson's future. Recall that Isak is currently on strike at the Newcastle in order to force a move to Liverpool this summer. As a result, Chelsea are said to be holding out for a better offer than the Bavarians' current loan proposal. The Blues are waiting to see if Eddie Howe's side will follow up their interest with a bid to sign Jackson permanently on a permanent transfer. Yes, sir. On today's edition of the Sports Diaries, I have not come alone. With me here is my own favorite sports person and a sports analyst, Abdulrazak Alawaye. Good morning, Razak.
Very good morning to you.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
How's the weather treating you?
Oh, just somehow.
Your face is saying different. Now, we're talking on transfer, Isak's transfer to Chelsea. What do you think? Do you think his transfer will benefit Chelsea? Because
definitely, Alexander Isak is a player that has his own ways of doing his things on the field.
Okay.
You know him to be a player who has the agility, who has the possession, who has eye for goals, who know how to score. Although Chelsea already have players on their mark,
and
the likes of João Pedro, we have the likes of the Lap and the likes there that are already there. They can play very well.
Back to back.
Having Alexander Isak on the team will be a booster energy to the Chelsea team, because we know Chelsea team to be building up this kind of sets of players that are very young, talented individuals.
Yeah.
You know, they just had another transfer of Garnacho from Manchester United now, who also will be joining the team to make more success on the team, I guess, because the way they are trying to plan their things, they are trying to spend more money in order to build the team.
Like they were put in.
They are trying. You can see they are doing the 2025 World Cup the club that they played. Chelsea actually were the underdog team because nobody expected them to come from Benin.
So overtook.
Yes, the Chelsea team are actually trying in all their ramifications in all ways. They are trying the tactical approach to games that they like. Although they have their own itches and niches as well. But the actual fact going to the game with their readiness, with their tactical approach and the likes, and their managerial skill and the likes, they are doing very well, really well.
Doing very, very well. Do you think if you were to suggest another player for Chelsea to sign, who would you suggest?
The only thing I can think of is it doesn't have anything to do with striker again or midfield again.
Yeah,
they are very good in that part. But going back to their backward, for instance, their goalkeeper, they need better goalkeeper than Sanchez, and in their defensive line, they need more defenders. Although they have a 3 that is very okay, they have a 2 that is kind of good. They have Chaloba and the like, but they need more defenders that can give them more energy, that are more experienced in that part, that can give them the motivation they need in order to put more effort while going for games.
Yes, that is coming from Razak. I like that. Yes, talking transfer from the Manchester United. Manchester United take decision after Mino asks for loan move. Manchester United have taken a decision after Kobe Mino asked for a loan move away from Old Trafford this summer transfer window. Mino had told United Hierarchy at the meeting recently that he wants to go on a loan move before the transfer window closes. However, according to The Athletic, the Red Devils rejected the England's international request, telling the youngsters they will not authorize a loan. Mino didn't play United Premier League games against Fulham and Arsenal. However, the 20-year-old midfielder featured in the Carabao Cup lost to Grimsby Town on recently. Mino, who is not happy with his lack of game time in the Premier League under the manager Ruben Amorim, joined the club's academy at the age of 9. He has attracted interest for the Spanish La Liga giants Real Madrid in recent days. Now, talking about Manchester United, you can feel the sigh. Now, the thing is, Mino is asking to leave Manchester United, and naturally, if we are to say in the recent games, they have not been doing convincingly well.
They have not been doing convincingly well.
Yeah.
They have not been doing well.
They have been embarrassing us because it has not been good results. Every time they are like, okay, they lost and this and that. What would you think would be an addition to Manchester United that would make them way better than what they are now?
Okay, first let me talk about the issue that Manchester United is having currently.
Okay.
Let's start from the coach. The coach is the kind of person that actually believes in the pattern of playing,
okay,
which cannot work in England.
He can't too.
Because
the
tactical approach to games in England now is while going for games, we have our lines. All the lines, the offside trap is not working in England. Even Arsenal that did that during last season, they actually had to change it because they actually did it for some games, but after more games, it didn't work again. So, we have Ruben Amorim trying to stick to his pattern of playing. It's not going to work. For instance, we have one issue yesterday when our former players, we have the likes of Gary Neville and Paul Scholes, we're actually talking about the issue of Amorim, where they were saying, Amorim actually prefer to use we have the likes of Bruno Fernandes, we have the likes of and the likes in the Manchester United field. And this particular player that Amorim is using more consistently is not the kind of player that he's supposed to use. For instance, we would take the last game that we had, where we use Kobe Mino for the game. He has more more passes than the like. He played even players and coaches and other fans they begin to ask, why are you benching this player? That's why Gary Neville said he think Ruben Amorim is having personal issue with Kobe Mino, and now Kobe Mino actually wants to leave the club.
Yeah.
Because he felt like I'm not having more playing time. I'm on bench and he's becoming the sixth warmer. A player that was the main goal of the United then, because whenever he's on pitch, the way he holds ball, the way he passes, you can see when he played for England, he actually played very well for them. So my own issue is we have Ruben Amorim, which is the main issue here, and another set of players that we need to just let them live. I need to let them live. For instance, our goalkeeper is not goalkeeper.
He's not. He's not there for passion.
Onana is just like a poster. It's just like a status at the back.
Now, like
who is actually, whenever they play the ball, if he's not, if they play the ball to his side, he cannot keep it.
He can't.
For instance, like the last game they have at the Caribbean Cup for playing against the fourth tiers, this Greensby team, the Greensby town. The issue we had was Andre Onana going for ball. He didn't use to calculate. That's the number one issue. Number two is the way he approach ball is like as if he's playing and the likes. So that's one of the issues we're having with the goalkeeper now from the Manchester United, and also our defensive line. The main issue is we didn't have energetic defender at the back. We didn't have defender that are so solid for us to be using 3-4-3. We didn't have that kind of defender. So we have to use 4-4-3 or 4-4-2. We have to use more four solid back. Yeah. Because whenever one player lapses, another player would be able to help the other player in order to take the ball and pass the ball through us. Well, we win matches like that. But the way they are playing now, I'm not sure whether there's any green light anywhere. The only thing that I'm seeing is red.
The fact
it's red, dedication. That's the only thing I'm seeing.
It's red though, everywhere like this.
And Amorim said they actually want to win the EPL. That's his goal. I was like, is that going to be a 30 years plan or what? Because I'm not seeing that happening any moment from now.
Exactly.
So that's the issue.
What do you think, apart from what is the first decision that you think Manchester United should make?
They need to go back to the drawing board. Check what has been the issue. Check what they did in the past that actually worked for them.
That made them who they were.
Check the numbers of players they are having. Check the kind of pattern they are playing, because Amorim, the pattern he wants to play, we didn't have that kind of player that can play that pattern. Because if we are talking about the pattern of 3-4-3, we need a player like Alexander. We need a player like Ananod. We need a player like Nuno Mendes. We need a player like Walker and the likes like that. They can actually run, they can go to the front and come back to this straight away. But now we're having players like Dogu, we have Amad Diallo, we're having Maswari and the likes. They are not going to work in that pattern. They are not. They are just trying to make this player feel as if they didn't know what they are doing. So that's the issue.
Okay, thank you very much. Manchester United should go back to their drawing boards. Yes, you're still on to Sports Diaries, coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM. And we've got this very funny headline. Mourinho sacked as Fenerbahce's manager. Fenerbahce has decided to sack Jose Mourinho as their manager. The Turkish club have decided to part ways with Mourinho a day after they failed to qualify for the Champions League phase. They were eliminated by Benfica. The 62-year-old has only been with Fenerbahce for 8 months and leaves after only 2 matches this season. Mourinho led the club to a second place in the Super League. During his time in Istanbul, Mourinho failed to win any silverware, having been knocked out of the Turkish club in the quarterfinals and falling to Rangers in the Europa League round of 16. So now,
my goat, Jose Mourinho.
He has been sacked.
You know, there are some kind of coaches that we have that they don't have to see through hell before they can actually know that they are the best coach or they are one of the good coaches we have. Jose Mourinho has proven what he has. He has been to most top league. He has been to the EPL. He has been to the Spanish league. He has been to many to the Serie A as well to coach AS Roma. But seeing Jose Mourinho like this is not something that is kind of making us happy, because Jose Mourinho is one of the best coaches so far that we have, because he won Champions League, he won the EPL, he won the Spanish and the likes. But I'm not seeing why this kind of coach is seeing all these issues now and then. Although we have a club what they want, club after what they want actually. But seeing this kind of coach going through sack from here and there, actually when he was in AS Roma, he was sacked as well. Now at Fenerbahce as well, because of the qualifier that they played with Benfica there, and they actually lost that game. And that game, the Fenerbahce actually had a red card in that game. That's one of the main reasons why they lost that. Although the Jose Mourinho tactical approach to games are being very hard and aggressive. That's why these players have actually been getting yellow or red card on the leg for games. But this thing is not making me happy that well in this kind of news that I'm seeing today.
Well, it's a very sad one. It's a sad one. I guess we will have to wait and see what fate holds for Mourinho. Yes, we've got another sack news. Besiktas sack Ole Sakster after Europa League qualifiers defeat. This one where they just they sack coaches left and
right. When I saw these news this morning, I was actually thinking like, okay, they sack Ruben Amorim. That's what I was really thinking. That's what I was actually
that's what we.
But saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually being sacked by Besiktas, we cannot read this.
I do understand.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually coached Manchester United for some times, and he got second. I think he got second from the FA Cup as well.
Yeah.
Although he might not go the first position, but during then, when he was coaching Manchester United, then he was actually very fantabulous. Even I watched some games from Besiktas as well. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer he was their coach, the actually way he played, the pattern he played, because there are some players that he signed for Besiktas that I've seen that they are very instrumental in their games. For instance, we have the friend Didi now, who is going to Besiktas now. He's the very kind of player that know how to use his way, how to pave his way around the midfield and going to the front line and making passes and also defending at the back as well. So seeing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being sacked, a Manchester United legend at that, because he has been one of the players that actually won several cups of Manchester United when they were playing in the 20s or in the 90s as well. But seeing this kind of information, this kind of news, a little bit saddening to my heart.
Because at a particular point in time, I feel most teams are not even here to play again. They are just sacking those managers anyhow. Let's read what we have here. It says Besiktas have sacked Ole Gunnar as head coach with immediate effect. They don't even chill. The club confirmed after a run of disappointing results left the Turkish Super League side underperforming. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano broke the news on his X account recently. The news is as follows. Ole Gunnar has been sacked by Besiktas with immediate effect. The decision follows a defeat by the Swiss side Lausanne in the Conference League playoffs recently, amidst a string of poor performances that increased the pressure on Gunnar and prompted the board to act. The 52-year-old took charge of the Istanbul club recently and steered them to a fourth place finish last season. The recent defeat meant the club would not be playing European football this season, and club dismissed the Norwegian. Yes, still in the beautiful world of soccer, where I've got this one coming from Arsenal. Arsenal optimistic midfielder Kai Havertz will return soon after surgery. Arsenal midfielder Kai Havertz has undergone a minor knee operation and is expected to miss only weeks rather than months as he begins rehabilitation. The 26-year-old missed the Arsenal's 5-0 win over Leeds for an initial fee of some 60 million euros. Yes, about Kai Havertz and his injury the thing is, okay, after the surgery, I feel it should be given a little bit of time. But it's like immediately after the surgery, he's only given a few weeks to rest, then he's coming back. What do you think?
You know, Kayaba is one of the instrumental players they have.
He is, but if he didn't have legs,
they need to give him more time to actually rest in order to have more recovery.
Yeah.
Because rushing a player into the pitch again is actually one of the bad things that actually affects players in all ways. Because whenever you rush a player into the pitch to resume the duty of playing football back, they might actually rush back to that injury again. Because we don't have one kind of issue again, because that's one of the issues that actually affected Wayne Rooney when he was actually playing. There was, I think, in 29 or 28, when he was actually playing for Manchester United, he was rushed back to the pitch so that he can play. On getting into the pitch, he was rushed back to the injury again. So it is actually more preferable for the team or for the club to actually allow players to rest whenever they have injuries. And for instance, now Arsenal, they have a striker now who is actually trying to be of top notch, trying to perform and trying to go into the game with a proactive measures in order to have more games, in order to have more goals while having more games. So that's one of the things that I'm saying, that Arsenal should just try as much as possible to give him enough time so that he can rest very well.
Yes, thank you very much. Arsenal should let Kai Havertz rest, at least for a while, before he returns back to the pitch. And with that, we've come to a wrap on today's program. Many thanks for staying with us on today's edition of Sports Diaries. Many thanks, Razak, for coming here and helping us today. Until then, I remain your sports diva. Keep loving the game and stay sporting. Razak, can you say your goodbyes?
Thank you very much for listening to us on Hyper 102.7 FM, and thank you for having me on the program today, my host. I really appreciate you and your time. So until next time, I will be having you guys on this program. See you guys until Monday, by same time, same program, and same station.
Yes, right. Thank you. And don't forget to keep loving the game and always stay